It's not really your house, Emily, my sister said, smiling at the guests. You're single. You don't need all that space. My mom laughed. Let her use it for the wedding. It's the least you can do. I felt every eye on me as my sister added, unless you want to be selfish again. I swallowed hard. You really want to do this here, she smirked. What are you going to do about it? My name is Emily Carter, and I'm 34 years old. I work as a high school guidance counselor in a small town where most kids think college is just a dream. I help them fill out forms, write essays, and believe they deserve more. I'm not flashy. I don't post pictures of beach trips or fancy dinners. Most days I go home tired, with chalk dust on my sleeves and student worries still in my head. 3 years ago, after almost 10 years of saving every extra dollar, I bought my house. No partner, no co-signer. Just me and a stack of bank statements that proved I could do it. The day I got the keys, the place smelled like fresh paint and old wood. It smelled like freedom. In my family, I was always the responsible one. That really meant the quiet one. My younger sister Ava was the favorite, the one they always praised. She was loud, charming, dramatic. I was the one paying bills and driving mom to appointments. When dad got sick, I handled the hospital forms while Ava planned engagement parties. I wasn't rich or glamorous, but I had something they didn't expect. I had boundaries, and I had proof of everything. If you've ever been the responsible one in your family, the one everyone leans on but never thanks, hit that subscribe button. Do you know what it feels like to work quietly while someone else gets the praise? Tell me in the comments. And if you've ever had to fight for something you earned on your own, click hype. Let's get into it. Ava got engaged last spring. At Sunday dinner, before I even finished my plate, she clinked her glass and said, "We've decided to have the wedding at Emily's house. The backyard is perfect." I blinked. "You never asked me." She waved her hand. "Don't make this about you." "It's my wedding." Relatives nodded like it was already settled. The smell of roast chicken filled the room, thick and heavy, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. Over the next few weeks, vendors started showing up at my door, a man with a tape measure. A woman asking about tent rentals. I told them there had to be a mistake. They showed me contracts. My address was printed on every page. When I confronted Ava, she shrugged. "You already agreed." "I didn't sign anything." She leaned closer. "You owe me after everything." Then the real shock came in the mail. A legal notice. Ava was claiming partial ownership of my home. She said Dad had promised her family rights to it. At another family dinner, she said loudly, "You tricked Dad into giving you everything." My mom sighed. "Maybe it should have been split." I sat there, hands shaking, listening to forks scrape against plates. That scraping sound felt louder than my heartbeat. I realized this was never about a wedding. It was about taking what I built. First came the public smear. Ava started telling relatives I manipulated Dad when he was sick. At dinner she said, "Emily always cared more about money than family." "That's not true," I said quietly. But people avoided my eyes. Then came the pressure. She showed up with papers for a temporary usage agreement. "If you love me, you'll sign," Mom added. "Don't ruin her big day." I looked at the document. It gave her full access to my property for months. "No," I said. Ava's face hardened. "You're heartless." Finally, she filed a formal claim contesting Dad's will. I learned she was accusing me of undue influence. She posted vague messages online about betrayal and greed. My phone filled with cold texts from cousins. I cried once. Just once. Then I stopped. Instead of breaking, I started organizing. I pulled out folders, stacked papers, labeled everything, quietly, carefully. What they didn't know was that I kept everything. Every hospital visit log with dates and times. Every signed document. Every email Dad sent me saying he was proud of me. I had security camera footage from the week he signed the will, showing him walking, talking, fully aware. I had text messages where Ava admitted years ago that she did not even want the house. I had voicemails of her asking Dad for money again and again. I never planned to use them. I kept them because I like order, because I don't trust chaos, because I saw how quickly stories change when people want something. I wasn't naive. I knew family could rewrite history if it suited them. On my laptop was a folder labeled just in case. Now it was time to open it. I called Mr. Reynolds, our old family lawyer. His office smelled like old books and dust, the same as when Dad used to take me there as a teenager. He listened without interrupting. Then he said, "Your father was very clear. The house is yours." He also told me something else. Ava had met with him months ago, asking how to challenge the will. "She thinks he'll fold," he said. I felt something shift inside me. Not fear, steel. Meanwhile, Ava grew more confident. "The judge will see the truth," she told relatives. Wedding invitations went out with my address printed in gold letters. Family members congratulated her like the house was already hers. I stayed silent. Mr. Reynolds prepared the evidence. We organized files, printed transcripts, backed up videos. Ava thought she was walking into court for a quick win. She had no idea what was waiting. The courtroom was quiet the day of the hearing. I could hear the soft hum of the air conditioner and the shuffle of papers. Ava sat straight, smiling slightly. Her lawyer argued I manipulated Dad during his illness. Ava said, "I just want what's fair." Then Mr. Reynolds stood. Calm, steady. He presented the signed will, notarized and witnessed. He played a voicemail of Ava saying, "I don't even want that boring house." The room shifted. I saw her smile fade. Then he showed hospital footage from the day the will was signed. Dad speaking clearly, laughing even. The judge looked directly at Ava. "This court finds no evidence of coercion." But it did not stop there. The judge questioned her about filing claims without proof. Her answers became shaky. I finally spoke. "I worked 10 years for that house. I didn't steal it." Ava leaned toward me and whispered, "You're ruining my wedding." I met her eyes. "No, you did." The judge dismissed her claim and warned her about the consequences of false accusations. For the first time, I wasn't the quiet one in the corner. I was the one standing firm while she shrank into her seat. After that, the wedding venue changed. Some relatives stopped calling. A few sent quiet apologies. Mom avoided the topic completely. I changed my locks. I installed new cameras. I repainted the front door a bright blue, just because I could. A month later, I hosted a small dinner for friends and a few cousins who had stood by me. The house smelled like baked bread and lemon candles. Laughter filled the rooms. The silence felt different now, peaceful. I realized something important. Being the responsible one does not mean being the sacrificial one. I did not lose my family that day. I lost the illusion of who they were. And that made me stronger. If someone in your family ever tried to take what you worked for, you know how painful that is. Have you ever been pressured to keep the peace at your own expense? Share your story in the comments. Subscribe to stand with people who protect what they have built. Click hype to help this story reach others who need it. Did this story hit home? Let me know by liking the video and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Click hype to help this story find others who have felt the same way. Your support makes a huge difference.